and welcome to the organ rendition of The Forgotten Carols, written by Michael McLean. Throughout this video, you will be seeing various actors, such as none other than James Orgill, a lovely white-headed person right in front of you.
Why am I white-headed?
You just are. Okay, shh. And I will be reading it, and the songs will, the Forgotten Carols, if you will be acted out. Such as, the first one will be played, The Innkeeper by James Orgill. So we can get a nice shot of the book. Thank you. Hope you all can see that. The Forgotten Carols. Okay, thank you. Now, I'm going to go ahead and make this video, because what I was going to do is, I was going to read it on Christmas Eve, but the Orgill family has like pure ADD, like attention deficit disorder. Nobody pays attention ever. And it's all just a big joke. So, we go ahead and make a video out of it. If we put it on the TV, then everybody will listen. So, if you could just sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. I hope you have a nice Christmas.
Forgotten. No one recalls my name. Thousands of years will fail to fully erase my shame. But I turned a prophet nicely that day, that I turned a couple away. I turned them away. I didn't sleep that evening, though I'd sold out my place. Somehow I felt uneasy. Something about her face. Why did I wish that I'd let them stay? I don't think they could have paid, or could they have paid? Restless, I left my bedroom. I walked the streets all night, lost in the world I lived in, found by a heavenly light, staring at one bright star in the sky. I heard a baby cry. And I knew where that cry had come from, 'cause I told him where they could go. But I didn't think I could face them, so I walked slowly home, missing my chance to share in their joy. I never saw the boy. He never would condemn me. I did that all on my own. He offered his forgiveness, and ever since then I've known he lets us choose each hour of each day if we'll let him in to stay. Let him in, let him in, let the joy and the hope begin. Let him in, let him in, let the peace on earth begin. And whether it be in your world today or a crowd in Bethlehem Inn, find a way, make him room, let him in, let him in, let the peace on earth begin. Let him in, let him in, let the joy and hope begin. Let him in, let him in, let him in, let him Homeless, homeless, like the Christ child was. Homeless, homeless, but there is hope because he came down to earth to lead us. He vowed he'd never leave us. Homeless, homeless, for in his love there is a home. Oh, so homeless, homeless was his humble birth. He was homeless, homeless, and still he changed the earth. Nothing kept his heart from giving, though most of his life was living. Homeless, homeless, he showed it's how we live, not where. When his homeless days on earth were done, when his homeless days were done, he went home to where we all came from. And he went to prepare. He went to prepare. A mansion for us there. He gave his whole life to lead us, and I know he'll never leave us. Homeless, homeless, for in his love there's a home. We are not homeless, homeless, like the Christ child was. We are not homeless, homeless, like the Christ child was.
earth's a homeless, homeless, like the Christ child was. The earth is a homeless, we're not homeless, oh, like the Christ child was. There is a homeless, homeless, we are not homeless, like the Christ child was. There is a home.
The flock was more than peaceful, the night was dark and deep. The stillness wrapped around me, I drifted off to sleep. And when my friends awoke me, oh, what a tale they had to tell. They said the angels told them about a newborn king. They had a star to guide them, they heard the heavens sing. They said that when they found him, they knew they'd never be the same. Somehow I did believe them, though everything I knew said I should not believe them. This story can't be true, but there was something magic in the air that made me feel as if I had been there. I asked 1,000 questions, the answers startled me. The more I heard, the more I thought I knew this could not be. And then the struggle started, my head was wrestling with my heart. Why would a God from heaven come to the world this way? Why in a lowly stable would the Messiah lay? I shook my head and asked them to tell the story one more time. And yes, I did believe them, though I'd not seen a thing. I did not go to Bethlehem or hear the angels sing, but there was something magic in the air that made me feel as if I had been there. I knew that as the world moves on through time, there will be more stories just like mine, about the souls who've chosen to believe in something that they never got to see. And do you think you'll join us, though you've not seen a thing? You were not there in Bethlehem or heard the angels sing, but if you feel the Spirit in the air, then just like me you'll know that he was here, he was here. The King of Kings and Lord of Lords was here, he was here, he was here. And he will come again, 'cause he was here.
The King of Kings was here, Lord of Lords. King of Kings and Lord of Lords was here.
He was here.
The King of Kings,
he was here.
and Lord of Lords.
And he will come again, 'cause he was here. He told me I was a very young angel in a very heavenly place when a trumpet was sounded and an announcement was made. All the angels in heaven were invited to audition for the choir that would announce the holy birth. There was an excitement and sense of anticipation that caused my little angel heart to almost burst. I stood before the musical tribunal and sang and sang and sang. No one interrupted or snickered at me because, well, this was heaven. But I knew immediately that I would not be invited to join the choir for one obvious reason. I couldn't sing. I felt it, but I couldn't get that feeling to come out of my voice. The grand chorus master smiled and nodded to his chief assistant to show me out. This isn't fair, I pleaded. If you could hear what's in my heart, you'd let me sing. I ran back toward the chorus master and begged him to give me another chance. And as I did, music started to fill the room. And I recognized it, for it was the music coming directly from my innocent, tender heart. All the other angels stood motionless and amazed as they heard the sound. And when my carol to my king was over, the grand chorus master stood. "O little one," he said, "you have so much to give, and your time will come." Then I can't sing with the choir. I looked for him to change his mind, but he only shook his head and smiled. "You have a different voice, but it will be heard. Centuries from now, it will be heard. More orchestras and choirs than you can now imagine will be giving the music of your heart a voice that will echo through time." Joy to the world, the Lord has come. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Mighty with the wood he knew so well. When she thought she recognized him, though at first she couldn't tell, as she humbly begged his pardon, a strange sadness swelled inside. When she asked, "Aren't you the father of the man they crucified?" Then the carpenter repeated what he'd said so many times. He said, "I was not his father. He was mine." Then he humbly went on working with his warm and calloused hands. Though she did not ask more questions, he knew she didn't understand. So he asked if she would help him. He saw her answer in a glance, and she did the chores he asked her, and she was grateful for the chance. Then they talked for hours of Jesus and how he knew he was divine. He said, "I was not his father. He was mine." How could one so foolish and so flawed ever hope to raise the Son of God? Then he spoke of the misgivings he had had 1,000 times, and how Jesus found the tender moments to let him know he'd done just fine. Then the carpenter recited the greatest truths he'd ever learned, and testified they came from Jesus. And then her heart within her burned. Then they embraced as she departed. Joseph told her one more time, "Tell them I was not his father. Tell them he was mine. No, I was not his father. He was mine."
Mild, but my friends call me Connie Lou. Alright. That's it for the Forgotten Carols then. Jimmy Joe just ruined the end. I hope you all enjoyed it. Come on, let's have one of the actors come down. Have a seat. This is Jimmy Joe. People call him James. Mom calls him JJ. We'd like to thank him for all his work he did in this. He was the innkeeper. Yes. He was the innkeeper and the head chorus master, the guy with the beard, the puppet. And he's also assistant director. I'm the director.
I earned that name.
He did alright to earn the name of assistant director. But I hope you enjoyed the show. A little long, but
You guys better enjoy this show.
This is the end.
You better have enjoyed this show. It took a long.
Why do my eyes look cross-eyed?
Can I come in?
Mine do too. Why do mine look cross-eyed?
Okay, that's right. Turn it off, man. It's in here.
We are not homeless, homeless, like the Christ child was. We are not homeless, homeless, like the Christ child was. We are not homeless, homeless, like the Christ child was. We are not homeless, homeless, like the Christ child was. We are not homeless, homeless, like the Christ child was. We are not homeless, homeless, like the Christ child was. We are not homeless, homeless, like the Christ child was. We are